Throwing stuff at school can count as assault. Also this afternoon, the gold wing pin ceremony. All that and more coming up this afternoon on Give Me a Break. Good afternoon. Everybody must be concerned, even teachers and parents. We all see, every student we see those stuff in class. I mean things like binders, pens, this. That's assault. You know what that's called? Assault. Every school has a single policy on assault. One school has this policy where it says, if you assault somebody, it's going to be out of school suspension. More than out of school suspension later. Well, why do people throw stuff? Why do students throw stuff in class? Well, the thing is, the student gets upset with another student. That's why. It could be something like name calling. It could be like something like name calling. It could be something somebody said. It could be, I don't know what it could be. But the thing is, if you assault somebody, you hit them in the head, he goes off to the emergency room and a whole different story. But if that someone is in an extracurricular activity like cheerleading, then what would happen is they would go like a half a day of in-school suspension and then take that cheerleading or whatever extracurricular activity you have, and that even though they're throwing binders, this is a big binder. Like, I could throw this, and it would hit somebody. Really like that? Even though if I hit my head with a binder, it doesn't hurt. But if I were to throw a pen at somebody, it would hurt my head. I'd be unconscious at the hospital. That's something would be brain. My point exactly is, you're not supposed to be throwing stuff in class. Period. Not one single student or a teacher should be throwing stuff in class. Period. Not allowed. If you get in trouble, worst of all, get suspended. If you're upset, go tell the teacher or go tell the principal. Also coming up here this afternoon, give me a break, the Gold Wing Payment Ceremony. We're going to talk about the Gold Wing Payment Ceremony and why this got me in the mood for this segment. Stay with us. The Marine Corps. We don't want to talk about it. Give me a break, because I don't want to talk about it, but if I want to talk about it, I think about it, but now I know. But I'm going to tell you the reasons why. 2 reasons. 1, yell at your ears so much that you'll get ear damage. 2, something like this United States Marine Corps Gold Wing Paint Ceremony, or what they call blood wings. What is that to be? What is it? Well, according to Wikipedia, blood wings is the traditional initiation rite that's endured by many graduates of the USAAS, the United States and the U.S. Army Air Assault School, and sometimes participate in training environments, including the Army Aviation and Aviation Launch Committee. It's called blood paint in USMC. Upon receiving the parachute badge, the instructor upon the graduate places the pin on badge in the chest of the graduate. The badge is then slammed against the graduate's chest, resulting in the pins being driven in the flesh. If the graduation is afflicted with a particular unit number, unit 15 for example, the pin will often be pounded deeper to the muscle with the same number of times, with 15 times the case. What does it date back to? Well, World War II paratrooper training. Practices fairly secretive sparked controversy recently when knowledge would reach the public. Often critical but painful forms of hazing. Blood wings are against armed forces policy and are prohibited. So why am I talking about this now that they banned it? It happened years ago, man. If you didn't know, there was a videotape. There was a tape dating back to 1991. Dateline did a story about this from 1997, and it was from a movie called A Few Good Men. And if you were to think about it, that is not allowed. Think about it. Think of this pen as the gold wing. It'd be right here. I'd slam it. We slam it right here. Think of this as the person with the gold wings, and then think of this. Think of this. Do not do this at the Marine Corps. And don't ever do this. And don't. This is not a how-to. And I'm not instructing this for people at home. So don't ever do this. Period. Don't try this at home. Period. Stickers. And then this. Jam it in like 15 times. Sometimes they will do like the mouth. Like, it's like being angry at somebody. It's like that. You're being angry at somebody. Like, you want to take out your anger. And then after that, what they do is that they chug the beer till they throw up. And if you're in the Marine Corps, you do this, you will be thrown out and court-martialed and arrested. It's against policy. And that videotape was bought by Dateline. Dateline bought the tape and then did a story about it. But before that, CNN, I think before or after that, if you were to find the video, then you would find it on Dateline. I'll put the two-part links in the annotations and the description below. The Dateline story is called A Few Good Men with a question mark. And it's also on Daily Motion. Just just Google the Golden Painting Ceremony. Find those two things from December 22nd, 2009 from the username Now You're Thinking. Click tabs 1 and 2 and watch the whole thing, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's not similar. This is something that got me disturbed and thinking about this before doing the second. Now to senior pranks. It's way too early to talk about this, but this is for every single senior who goes to school. Senior pranks can get you in trouble. Think of it this way. Desk upside down. Desk on the roof. Foil in the classroom. Foil in the office. Doorstop glued to the door. Post-it notes all over the walls. Horses. Horses and bulls running around in the hallway. TV telephone remotes. Toilet paper thrown to the school. Two-inch penises on the football field. These are senior pranks that you're not supposed to do through every single school. Once the last day of school starts and you're a senior, no pranks. If you're a prank master, no. Your behavior has got to stop, and your behavior will cause you to not graduate through school. Period. As a matter of fact, this fight is an urgent movie warning for all seniors, for juniors. Parents, what I suggest you do is buy this movie for your teens before school starts, before the last day of school, or before their senior year starts. Buy this movie and say to them, you know what, this is what you cannot do. You cannot be doing these pranks because it will get you into trouble. And it will be on the news. All pranks will be on the news, concerning everything. I'm not going to go into all of this. But if you're thinking about going to toilet paper to school, don't. If you're going to think the janitor's going to clean it up, nope. You're cleaning it up. You make a mess, you clean it up. You may think, oh, it's just toilet paper. It's not going to hurt anybody. It will hurt somebody. You throw toilet paper out the window, you're picking it up. That's that. I don't prank people. I'm not the prankster. Has it been on the news? Yes, it has been on the news a lot recently. In fact, this was 2 weeks ago. TheDrive.com did an article about this. While it's pulling up, I don't think a senior should be doing pranks because it can get you in trouble. It can get you on the news, and you can be disqualified from graduation. Why? Because the principal found out it was you. You're the one who has to suffer the consequence. And if you don't graduate, you get to come back to school. You'll get to come back to school, repeat your senior year until you stop the pranking. Massachusetts town alert after high school principal's Jeep was Wrangler bombed. The article says right here there were senior pranks, and then there's this. Authorities in Massachusetts believe a Plymouth high school principal was targeted after an explosive device, possibly a crude pipe bomb, blew up at the front of his Jeep Wrangler and was parked outside his home on Thursday night. Police responded to a call about an explosion and damage to a vehicle on Thursday night in Blackstone, Massachusetts. Discovered the Wrangler with a sizable hole punched in its grill and damaged the radiator and engine block. The owner, who was the principal of nearby Baldwin High School, told officers he was inside the blast. Shook his house in and neighbors running outside to see what happened. And the neighbor said, this is what the neighbor said. I said, that smells like an M80. We haven't had any action on the street in years. Now this, it is scary. We're all standing there in the driveway. He said to me, I guess they found my address. As a precaution, extra police officers were stationed at Blenheim High School during the school day on Friday as a part of an ongoing police investigation. Do classes continue as normal, according to a statement in the district sent out to parents. If you're in the market for a good vehicle-based prank, consider something like this. Maybe skip the pipe bomb. The bottom line is, this is like murder. It's like almost murder. They could have just killed. The people in Massachusetts will think, oh, it's a prank. I was just pranking my principal. No, you almost murdered your principal. And if you were the one, you would have told the police officer, said, okay, it was me, I did it. I'm sorry. Now, this was from last Wednesday. Hamilton Boys High School student injured in girl's new bike prank. Here's part. Here's part. A student has been injured in the end of the year prank gone wrong where a group of teenage girls rode through a rival school topless on motorbikes. Okay. The rider from Westfield Freshman School for Girls was wearing only underwear and a helmet when she ran over the leg of a boy from Hamilton Boys High School, Fairfax Works. The 6 senior students were involved in the prank, running through the boys' school shortly after midday on Wednesday. There is a similar article to this. Police were called in, and the boy suffered a deep leg gash, was taken to the hospital by ambulance. The boy's father says he doesn't want charges laid against the girls calling it a prank. Now, this is similar to what I just told you about. This was from last month. This was from Tuesday, last Tuesday. Foul play. Students at Hamilton School turned principals out to do a chicken farm. Hamilton High School has got the ball rolling with the end of the year pranks turned the principals out to do a chicken farm. And if you were to see the picture, like, who would turn the principals out into a chicken farm? How? I hate senior students. I tell you what. Last day of our seniors today, we already suspect some foul play. This was from a Facebook post. Someone had the guts to take a picture of the ticket form, post it on Facebook, and it gets on newshunt.go/NZ. It's a countrywide push for near 13 students for pranks on their final day of term, uniform swapping, tying people to poles with cling wrap and paper, clean up the water fights are all classic gags. But some schools and in Europeans were always responsible for St. John's. Other schools have experienced arson, cars doing burnouts to school grounds, and graffiti. It's put some school staff on high alert. Last year, Epsom Girls Grammar School was one of the main band pranks still in Fairfax. They had gone too far. A huge mess is left for caretakers. In other words, the janitors. No, you cannot be pranking people and expect the janitor to clean it up. No, you make a mess, you have to stay at school and pick up trash. St. John's College agrees to be commented that the students will embrace the spirit of the day and on Facebook it's going to be a full damn yokes. The school declined to come. High schools don't celebrate the last day on Tuesday, so there'll be likely plenty more pranks forward in the weeks. If you're to hate pranks like this, I'll tell you, if you were to do pranks like this, you know what would happen to you? Like I said before, you would be going out of graduation. You might have to be another day of school, and it might get you detention. I mean, just because you think it's cool to do pranks and stuff, pranking your friends and stuff, saying, hey, you want to do a prank? Sure. You don't realize the consequences. In fact, when have seniors ever start going to conscience? Okay, I would never believe that every single senior I've seen would pull a prank like this. Only in this movie that I've seen it. All students do pranks. And then the principal and the faculty staff approve of it. But no one has ever pulled a plug and say, you know what? We have to stop this. People are going to get hurt. And as we know, there are many seniors out there who like to do pranks and might be watching this video to learn how to. This show on YouTube is not a how-to. It's basically telling people what I'm sick of and why I'm sick of it and what needs to be stopped about this. We'll be back after this. If you were to think this next topic would be funny, it's not. The fire drill, the fire alarms. The only people who are allowed to do that is the principal or administrator. And people may think that it's funny, pull down the fire alarm. Students may think it's funny, pull down the fire alarm. Because some students there, hey, I tell you don't pull down the fire alarm. Okay. And all of a sudden you're in trouble. But people might think it's a prank at school, but it's not funny. When people say it may be April Fool's joke, but it ain't. There's a bunch of crap on on YouTube and on the news that we see stuff like this. Like, this was from like 2 weeks ago. This was from back on Tuesday. KTZB, which was KZTV, Channel 10, I don't know, but and you people might think it's hilarious to like see people like do a videotape a person to do the fire alarm thing, a video for the fire alarm, and the principal comes to like, why is going on a fire alarm? Because it was a prank. April Fools. And this happened like this happened on Donnell Williams did a video about this saying that he got suspended for pulling down the fire alarm. People. Listen, when the fire alarm goes off, we take them seriously. And it's not a prank. It's a fire drill. You think fire drills like, it's a fire drill. Go out the hole, you move. Like every month, in the month, fire drill. Lockdown drills. Speaking of lockdown. Isn't someone doing a lockdown prank at school? Seriously. Like everything. Seriously, over a senior prank. People might think the pranks are funny because of what happened, but if you were to prank call the school, you'd cause this whole school going on lockdown and be like, yay, no school, no school. No, wrong. You idiot are the one who made the prank call and forced the school to lock down saying, blah, blah, there's a blah, 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 and the blah, 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 and the blah, 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 and it caused school to lock down. And then laugh. They shut down the whole school like you're some evil prankster. Prank your parents, prank your grandparents, prank your uncle, aunt, but not the school. The whole school, even if you're a senior, no pranks. You're going to get in trouble, you're going to get suspended, you're going to get detention, in-school suspension, out-of-school suspension. You're in school. Basically, you'll be out of school for the rest of your life. You'll be expelled. Every consequence you'll have, like, every consequence is like, people think out-of-school suspension is like an excuse. It's like an excuse for everything. All schools, except for mine, have out-of-school suspension. What does that even mean? Well, you suspended out of school, like out of the building. Even if the school from where we expelled has a 3-strike policy. Like 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike, you're out. If you set your foot back into school, you will be arrested. Period. Once you're expelled, you can never come back to school or even lay your foot. That's right, your foot on school grounds. 1 foot on school grounds, causing the police to chase you, causing dogs to bark at you, causing everything. Your parents being phone called, you sitting in jail the rest of your life, you going to court, and then you on house arrest, community service, jail time. This and that. I mean, we already have things. There's bad things that happen in school. Guns, drugs, bullying. Now, my fourth thing is pranks. All the videos you see on the internet, everything is happening. Our last talk will be in the moment. Let me ask you something. What can you be arrested for? Can you be arrested for illegal marijuana? Can you be arrested for drinking while driving? How about a stupid, dumb reason to be arrested for burping? That's right, burping. That's what happened back in 2011 when a student was arrested for burping and sued the Albuquerque police. This is what happened. A 13-year-old was handcuffed and hauled out to a juvenile detention center for burping in class. According to civil rights lawsuit filed against the Albuquerque public school principal and teacher and city police officer. Sorry, I'm talking fast. The suit was filed Wednesday, and the same agents was also sued the family of a 70-year-old autistic boy who was handcuffed to the chair. The journal reports the unarmed 7th grader was arrested last May 11th at Cleveland Middle School after he burped in his PE class, criminalizing the burping of a 13-year-old boy. It serves no governmental purpose. The lawsuit said burping is not a serious distribution. A threat of danger was never issued. The boy was transported to this juvenile center and had his parents being notified. It also says he was denied his due process rights because he was suspended for the arrest at school without providing him an explanation. The evidence, the school planted him against him. He was not allowed. He was never charged and scored a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10 according to a risk assessment given by the jail staff. Now, how about arrested for doodling on a desk? Like, seriously, we have kids out there skipping school, truancy, stepping on a private property, this and that, and now police are worried about doodling on the desk? February 5th, 2010, CBS News Network article. Alexa Gonzalez scribbled, "Lex was here." This was on February 5th, February 1st. The story was out February 5th. She was assigned 8 hours of community service on a book report and I asked her what she learned from the experience. She was 12 years old. She was arrested. She was searched and then handcuffed and taken to the board of New York's place. This is what happened. A New York City student has been arrested for doodling on her desk. 12-year-old Alexa Gonzalez was scribbled, "Needs to graffiti" lines here. Her mother, Norma Dugacho, says Alexa was released several hours after she was taken in handcuffs to the police station. The Education Department spokesman David Hector said it shouldn't have happened. Common sense should prevail. And then last month, the New York Civil Liberties Union filed a lawsuit alleging wrongful arrest and assault by the school safety officers. After that, what happened? She was assigned 8 hours of community service, a book report, and an essay on what she learned from the experience. She has a record of what's been happening. about being arrested for throwing a tantrum? Now this may be going back to 2005. But seriously, why can't you be arrested for throwing a tantrum? We have already 3 stupid reasons for being arrested for burping, doodling, and then throwing a tantrum. That's stupid. Police have to be worried about what's out there than us at schools. I mean, we have kids out there pranking teachers, pranking principals, insubordination, this and that. Police are worried about these types of 3 stupid crimes. I love the police. Police love me. But I have to agree with everything. Students have to know their rights. Everybody has to know their rights. We all have to know our rights. Even though if you're in school, you can't cuss. Just because the First Amendment of the Constitution says you have the right to freedom of speech, you don't. You would think, but you'd be wrong. Whatever the Constitution, it's still there. You can't say whatever you want. Just because it's like, I can say whatever I want to, it's America, I do whatever I want. The First Amendment gives you the right to freedom of speech? 0. It gives you right to America, but schools? 0. You have 0 rights in public schools to say whatever you want. Bad language, foul language. There are 10,000 words in a dictionary, and you have found a way to say, you know what? I'm going to say whatever I want to in school. No one can give a heck. I couldn't find an article about this, but I was sure to realize April 17th, 2012, CNN reports a story. Police handcuffed 6-year-old student in Georgia. What was the penalty? Throwing a tantrum. A freaking tantrum. It's just a tantrum. No one can handle it by going for the handcuffs. Police in Georgia defended their decision on Tuesday to handcuff and arrest a 6-year-old elementary student after the school was going to report juvenile and assaulted the principal and was dangerous to school property. They should arrest her for vandalism. But for throwing a tantrum? Good report. We also arrived. He observed kindergartner Josiah Johnson before the principal was screaming and crying. He also started to report that he was noticing damage to school property and trying numerous times to calm the girl. Eventually, pulled away and began actively resisting and fighting with me. Seriously, you're not supposed to arrest someone for throwing a tantrum. If it's vandalism, if someone's destroying your property, the police have the right to arrest them for vandalism. As I said the other day on my segment called Vandalism in School, we have to make sure to protect our stuff without people damaging it. Desks, books, it's vandalism. And that's our Tuesday report. That's a Tuesday report. We'll have more. We'll keep going into the subject of stuff with the stuff we talked about on the future. Give me a break. We'll see you again tomorrow. We'll see you again tomorrow at 4 Eastern, at 5 Eastern, 4 Central for another edition. Give me a break. Until next time, America. Have a good afternoon.